All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're running late because I got stuck at the mechanic and I run the back end. And so give us just another moment and we will be right there. I doubt anybody's watching since I hit go right away. But yeah,
0 right now, man.
here, I'll keep it muted until.
Don't be hating too much.
I'm turning our live on and I'm going to explain to
All right.
everyone why we're late. What's up, everybody?
What's up,
What's up,
guys?
peoples?
How's everyone doing tonight?
So, in case anybody's wondering why we're running so late, it is my fault. But it's also Steve and Bill's fault because they don't know how to run OBS. So
What? Why is it
Wait.
my fault?
Wait, OBS Nano Engine?
see, exactly what my point is. Thank you, Steve.
Anytime.
So, yeah, we're here now. But I woke up this morning. I got into my car, and my phone fell, dropped, hit the car stereo. All of a sudden, my car stereo wouldn't do shit. It stopped at a Spanish-speaking station, which I am
Nice.
not fluent in El Español. So And the volume turned up all the way on its own, and it wouldn't let me do anything. And I couldn't drive anywhere without this Spanish music blaring in my face. Couldn't even take a vape and enjoy it. I'm just saying.
El
So,
Vapo.
I
Hey,
had to
Mike.
rush to Car Toys and wait for them to be able to squeeze me in. But the result was now I have an Android stereo
John
for the first time.
Beam!
And
What's
so,
What's up, John?
What's
So we're
Car
like-
Toys?
oh, man.
Hey, Eric, if you run into a Spanish person, just remember this, okay? Say, hello, how are you? You say it, chinga tu madre.
I know what that means. My ex-wife was Mexican, by the way. So I
And
know a
then
little
final it with cabron.
bit. Yeah. All right, fuckers.
That's what you want to say, man.
Shit. Steve, thank you for not being an asshole. We appreciate that here.
Hey, man, there's always
I
time.
am not an asshole. I am a dick. I worked long and hard to attain that title. You should
Bill,
address
you
me.
are a dick and an asshole. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Cinco tu Madre, huh?
Apparently so. Apparently so, Steve. He just
Yes.
told me to go fuck my...
I know. I know. Trust me, I work with some people from Mexico. I hear it a lot.
This guy. Steve.
The bad part is when they say it and they don't know that you know what it means.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
You just sit back there and nod and go, okay, puta.
All right. So we pride ourselves in talking about vape, but I just had to explain why we're so late, and it's my fault. But it's mostly
Well-
Bill and Steve's fault for not knowing even what the fuck OBS is.
I've never even heard of Toys R Cars R Us. Is that where you went? What's that place, man?
see,
Car
that's
toys.
the opposite. I
Car
don't. Hey,
Toys.
Didn't they go bankrupt?
No, they
Yes.
probably did. I mean, they just
That's
made me
where
go
we're
bankrupt
opposite,
today.
Eric.
What?
Eric, you can do the computer, but I know how to fix my own car.
Well, I can fix my own car too, but I can't install an Android car stereo in one day. It would have taken me a few days, okay? With the Bluetooth
Hey, man.
and all that, I can.
It's not as bad. It's not as hard. It's not as bad as you think. I installed the head unit in my girl's car.
With
It's
Bluetooth?
not that bad. Yeah.
Oh, well, I did my own reverse camera, but that has nothing
Yeah.
to fucking do with vape. I'm trying to get back onto vape.
Well, I thought you were talking about like something
So-
about burritos.
You know what? Speaking of toys for our cars, that's why
Hey,
we
look.
have Mr. Mike Schneider over here.
Wait, what?
Hello, Mr. Mike
I said,
Schneider.
Speaking of toys, that's why we have Mr. Mike Schneider here.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
discussing the toys.
Yeah, boy, did that turn out to be crazy. Whew. What a ride this has been already. It's only 8 days in, so.
What ride
Hey,
are
you
you
know
talking
what?
about, sir?
Yeah.
It's a very, very honorable thing you're doing.
What is that?
So what do
honorable
you
thing?
got? Well, all right. So what happened is that, through my course of being, kind of the social media face of All Star Custom Creations, which makes 3D printed panels, a lot of them for the Pulse mod and the X and stuff like that. That's the vast majority of what we make panels for. I'm the PR side of it so that John can focus on the printing and get the orders done in his time doing that. So Mark Linkus from Squonk Life, in my dealings with him and doing some logo work for his brand and the group there, coming up with some panel ideas for merchandise type thing for the members, he had hit me with the Cyclone Mods logo about, hey, can this be printed? And originally I was like, no, way too much detail. We can't even touch this. It's too intricate, and kind of forgot about it. Well, then I kind of contacted Matt Carlson with Cyclone and realized that him and I had lived apart about 2 miles for years and didn't even know it.
Oh, wow.
Up in South Dakota. So small world. One of his employees is someone who I used to photograph while the guy drifted at some events up there years ago, and it just kind of all came back around. And so I'd gotten a Citadel, which is what I'm vaping on now with my Vapesters S-Box, by the way. And for some reason, I came back to that logo and I went, wow, it'd be really cool to do a panel with that Cyclone logo and do the whole glow in the dark thing. And And Mark's like, I'm the one that gave you that idea. I'm like, oh yeah, that was you. So talking about that, it just spawned the idea of, well, how cool would it be if we took Tony's mod, the Pulse, All-Star Custom Creation Cyclone panels, pair it with a Citadel or some other Cyclone atomizer, and do like a package of 5 and do this little raffle and maybe raise $1,000 and let me see who thinks what about it. Boom, on it. Yes, we're in. Yes, we're in. Yes, we're in. Started talking about it. This was Saturday last week, and by Sunday we had the charity foundation, the campaign linked for the direct donation. We had the group set up. We had dozens of people joining and asking about it, and we're writing the rules and writing this, and all of a sudden, hey, we want to do this. We want to donate. Hey, we want to donate. And I went, okay, this is going to be much bigger than, basically 5 mods, complete package. And it turned into this thing where there's 5 winners at the end of this on Christmas Day that'll be drawn, and the packages are at RRP on these things. It's like $1,100 a piece right now. It's insane. We've got vape mats just kicked in, a full set of mini, micro, towel, and full-size mats.
Nice.
Vapor 42 I'm talking to right now about kicking in some of their in-house juice lines from Grady. So we're talking, we've got, the Zen Vapor and Ethan from Fresno Fog and Coil Turd, and just all these amazing individuals want to be a part of this to raise money for these kids.
So I just want to say we will kick in juice as well, at least. So
awesome.
I'll connect with you after the show.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the what's
what we're looking for? So it's Toys for Tots.
Oh, cool.
Not everybody knows this. They helped out. I think the last numbers available are 2016. They gave 7 million children a Christmas that year.
Nice.
That may not have otherwise had one.
That's awesome.
And it's people think it's primarily for maybe impoverished youth, and that is a big part of it. But they'll also go into disaster-affected areas and hand out toys at other parts of the year. And so you've got areas that were hit by Hurricane Michael this year in the southeast. You've got the areas in California that have just been devastated by the wildfires. That thankfully, the campfire itself was just announced as being contained. But I mean, just hundreds of thousands of people affected this year by natural disaster, families that have been uprooted, kids that have been traumatized. And if we have the ability to give a handful of them a better Christmas, and what better way to do it than a cash fundraiser that goes directly to them. We don't touch any of it for the sake of transparency. And the only way you enter is by when you donate, it emails me your name and the transaction number, and I take the amount you donated, divide it by $5, and that's how many entries you go in on a list, and with your transaction number, so we know it's your entry, because those are all unique. And I list your name physically by hand on my phone in the Keep app with your transaction numbers one by one. And
hey, if you send me a link, man, I'll donate.
I'll add you to
most of the major groups have posts now about it. Squonk Donkey's got a post. I think Ethan's even put it up on Bottom Feeders.
I got one in Squonk Life posting it.
Yeah, Squonk Life's got it. Mark's been a huge help. I got really sick the day after we launched this. Came down with almost like a lung infection and was just toast. And Mark really stepped up to help kind of keep it going, adding people to the group, talking to other sponsors. He really has just been a godsend to me and a wonderful being. I can't thank him enough, and the fact that if you go back far enough, it's technically his idea.
Yeah.
He's the one that came up with the Cyclone panel idea, and that's what started all of it.
He messaged me, and he and I are together. I messaged, I think I got Chris Van on board to donate some of the Van box mods as well.
Oh, right on. Yeah, yeah. He mentioned something about that. So there's a whole lot of people that once they've gotten involved as a sponsor or through friends of other admins or other members, they've all been branching out, and it's just been this grassroots campaign. No major advertising. I mean, I've sent emails to like 20 or 30 companies just to say, hey, I don't normally do this, but it's for kids. You know, if you want to be part of it, great. Let me know. And that's pretty much our approach to it. And we've had individuals say, hey, I've got this puzzled mod that's a prototype, 9 out of 10, barely used, you know, brand new gold and black, you know, Tabino with the Damascus engraving. I want to donate this. And it's like, dude, we'll make it a random add-on. Someone's going to get it.
That's what I liked about it. You guys did it.
They don't know.
Yeah. You guys went soft sell on it. It wasn't a hard sell begging for stuff. You guys just
we want it organic. We want you to help because you want to help, not because you feel obligated to. And whether somebody donates $5 or 500, man, it all counts. It's all valuable, and it's all going to help someone who has no choice about the situation they're in. Children can't control their station. We can affect that. We can. And if those of us that are capable of doing that, why not? Why not? And that's what it comes down to. You know, I've been, there's been times in my youth where Christmas may not have happened. You know, and for the most part it didn't. And so I understand that position. And so if I'm in a position now to give and to help organize and obviously do it in a way where we take nothing from it, it's purely given and it's purely transparent, which is so important right now in any of these charitable kind of facets of society right now, is the screwery going on with some people. We have to be transparent, and this is like the best way to do it. So we've even got an active duty Marine who contacted me, David White. Sorry, I'm
David from Squunk Life. Yeah.
And you know, said, hey, I can put you in contact with people. And I said, hey, we did it. I set up directly with the charity. I got a campaign authorized, and it's like a GoFundMe, but it's direct, and you can even opt when you donate to cover your own very, very tiny fee. It's like 40 cents on the dollar, or 4 cents on the dollar, or something like that. And they take only enough to process the transaction. That's it. The vast majority, 97% of it's going to go straight to the kids. And, you know, once he heard that, he was like, yes, perfect. So that just gave that credibility too. So no, it's been wonderful. And finding out how big a heart a lot of these people have has been amazing. Just an amazing sight. So, you know, it's very humbling. So yeah, I'm sure my dog's barking in the background because she thinks I'm talking to her. So
I had a many Christmases in my childhood that if Toys for Tots or other programs like it didn't step in, that I would not have had a Christmas. So and there was, like you said, I feel the same thing. There was many other years we didn't at all. So yeah, it's pretty
you understand
awesome.
It. Yeah. You know, and the fact that it's run by the Marine Corps, you know, my dad's a Marine, you know, and he vapes. So, you know, it's just kind of a nice little backhanded way to honor him too. And he's proud of it. He knows it's going on. He doesn't like to talk about the vape stuff as much as I do. And, but he definitely is impressed by all of it. So it's cool. So, and I'm always around. So if anybody has any questions, I mean, it's 100% open door.
Well, I'm sorry to say that this is the first I'm hearing about this thing, so I would have done something earlier. So that's
it's open until the 24th. Yeah. It's open until the 24th. We're going to leave it run until Christmas Eve, and we're accepting sponsorships all the way up until that. You know, there is no limit to that. We will take, in terms of adding to the prize packs, up until the last minute. And, you know, the goal is 10,000. If we can bump it to 20,000 because we reached the goal, great. It's, you know, a little slow start, but Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, kind of expected that, kind of a soft opening during part of that. And, as people, wind down from the holiday week and start seeing this, but that's the biggest part. You see the link, share the link, spread the word, let it go organic, so that we don't have to invest extra money into advertising for it, which takes away from donation efforts and stuff like that. So
yeah, I tried to do stuff on Black Friday. My problem is I don't believe in Black Friday, because only in America is there a place where you can have one day, give thanks to everything you have, and then the next day be tackling people and fighting them for shit you don't need.
I know. I don't take part in it.
I won't take part in Black Friday. I don't believe in it, and I think it's crap.
A lot of people do, though, and so I got to give them. I got to give them their space, and hope that I think I made a post about it on my Instagram. I just said, hey, while you're out there standing in line buying crap you don't need, maybe kick $5 in for a kid that does.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It generated some donations. We've had a couple of big ones, couple small ones. It's like I said, every dollar counts. So, and every $5 gets you an entry. So, it's really just a thank you to donate. I would think that the people who donate would donate anyway. This is just kind of our way of saying thanks and doing it through us. And, to be honest with you, there's a little bit of irony behind this. All the news right now with vaping and Juul and teens and this and that. And here there is a bunch of vaping individuals and companies banding together for the benefit of children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reality. It ain't.
Honestly, the vape industry, as much as we fight, the way I explained it to a friend of mine, he's just starting the vape. And I told him, vaping is a very dysfunctional family. We will fight, we call each other names, we will give each other shit. But you know what? Like when he who shall not be named kind of took a bunch of people for a ride on a group bike. Everybody pitched in, donated equipment. They had a big waffle and made back all the money that he had stolen from those people and bought them their mods that they were waiting on.
Wow.
So I mean, we are a charitable group. It's just sometimes it's dysfunctional.
I've seen that through Vape Court, where people have stepped up and said, hey, what did you have coming? And they went and covered it out of their own pocket, just random people.
I've done it myself.
And that blows me away, because there are not a lot of, and there's a part of me that hates to call this an industry, because I mean, in terms of a community based on an activity like this, it's kind of abnormal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
But it is a community. It is within an industry, and you don't see that. I mean, where 20 years ago would there have been MySpace groups where people got screwed out of cartons of cigarettes and someone stepped up to send them a couple packs of Winstons? No.
Oh no.
you never would have seen that. So, I mean,
hell no. Might have sent them a tin of Bugler or something.
Yeah.
Well, talking about the community, man, I think that if it, being such a, I don't know, do you think it's a large community, or do you think it's I mean, what do you guys think about it?
I mean, I have an assessment on that if you want to hear it, but
yeah, I want to, because I mean,
I look at how people view the vape world as very similar to if you were to look at how people view the news. So you've got 10% of individuals who make the time investment to actually dig below the surface and research the truth and find the snippets of facts within stories to ascertain what the truth is. And they erase the fluff, the headlines, the mainstream stuff.
You mean like Fox News?
But 90% of people are only catching the headlines, so that's all they have time for. And so they're snowed by the crap that they're fed. And I think that is very similar to the vaping industry. is that you've got 90% of the people who don't really know much more beyond what the vape shop employee told them about their smoke kit and their TFV12 coils that burn out every 4 days. And then you've got this 10% that have gone down the rabbit hole, and we've done the research and we know the differences of all these things. And it's just experience by choice versus noob by force, I guess. And that's how I look at it. There's just a smaller percentage, but I think that's with anything. I mean, in golf, you've got 10% of people that are really, really into it that would go to a PGA tour, and then 90% are content to watch it on TV or play Top Golf in the arcade or whatever.
Well, that's well, we were talking about this like last week about how, you know, most people only know what's in a vape shop, and most vape shops don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's
and it's all about profit to them anyway. So they're going to peddle things that they can make the most money on and spend the cheapest to get.
They'll tell you that the smock is like the greatest thing ever, but then, you know, you want someone who comes in, you have a customer that comes in there that knows nothing about vaping, and they leave feeling intimidated and they don't want to go back in. So they're going to go back to smoking cigarettes.
You know, what's even worse is that there are some areas that, based on state legislation, they're actually restricted from explaining things beyond a very cursory overview. They cannot swap coils for somebody. They can verbally tell you how to do it, and that new person can install the coil in the tank in front of them and fill the juice, but the shop employee can't touch it, can't demonstrate it. And there's these
what is the purpose of that? Why is that?
Because it's people that don't do it
on the mod, and if it blows up.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it, is that you have liability issues with insurance companies. And I've hung out in a handful of shops, and I see what they're allowed to say, and I would always take the opportunity to sit down and go, "Hey, I don't work here, so come sit down with me." You guys have all seen Eric from Vinyl and Vapor with that poster board he's got sitting outside that vape shop, says, due to FDA regulations, this shop cannot blah, 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 but I don't work here. So if you have any questions, ask. And he just sits there.
At my vape shop, we have a little sign that says Norm's Corner information booth.
Well, in my state, it's not, there's no law against them helping you build, but the only thing you really can't do is you can't taste or test juices out in the shop. You know what I mean? Like they can't let you. It used to be that they would all be in some TF, V8s or whatever. They'd all be there and test them,
disposable caps,
and yes. And then it moved to you had to pay a nickel, and if you paid the nickel, you could test the juice. But now you can't do that at all. But the biggest thing is, it's like, yes, I've had the experience where there was we've talked about this in the past. There's been an older gentleman at a vape shop near me, and I could tell he was kind of fried out about the whole experience, about all the people in there not being able to help him the way he wants. I told him, just go check my channel out, and if you need help, just to message me on Facebook, because I felt like that would be the best thing for him, because you could tell he was going to go smoke a cigarette.
And I've done something similar to that with, especially with social media. If you're watching some of the groups that have a fairly steady flow of new vapors, you get a lot of the same questions being asked, and it's easy to get annoyed by that. But you have to remember, you were there once too.
Yep.
You didn't know everything the first time you started vaping, and while some people did some research prior to getting into it, most don't. They just go, you know what, I give up. It's time to make a change. I don't know where to start. And if I see people that I think really have a true thirst for knowledge, I'll hit them up privately and say, hey, if you have legitimate questions, I'm here. I'm not going to partake in this 1,000 comment, half myth, half subjective information cockfest going on in this thread, but I'll tell you what I know and what my experience.
I think there needs to be more of that.
And I think it happens, but because it's behind the scenes, we don't see it. And
which is
but,
okay as long as it's happening. I think it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, I think as long as there are people that are in this to be healthy. You know, I smoked for 26 years, 2 packs a day, for the vast majority of it. And I first tried vaping in 2010 with the Cigalikes, you know, the blue style, with the little cartomizers, and that sucked. And I went to the refillable little silica wick style, ego style, you know, a couple years later, and about a month after that, leaking everywhere on my dash, it went out the window, and I gave up. And then I got an Alien about 5 years later and tried it again, and the transition was difficult because of the different hit at that point, you know, the vaporizers that we know it now with the regulated mods, and finally ended up in a relationship with someone who had quit smoking and was vaping. And honestly, I was tired of going out to my pickup to smoke and smelling like a cigarette and exposing her kids to that. And so I just made the decision one day that I'm doing it, and I did it. And I started with a smoke mag kit and started, you know, not tasting anything and searching for better options. And now I could probably put a down payment on a house after 10 months with the crap I've bought and own.
It's funny when you switch to vaping. Not as
nope, but you feel better and you smell a lot better.
I tell you what,
like an ashtray, I smell like a muffin.
Yeah. The funniest story I have when quitting smoking is after about I'd say a month after I quit smoking, I was standing in the kitchen. I looked at my wife. I was like, "What is that fucking awful smell in here?" And she goes, "What? I don't smell nothing." I walked around the whole room, dude. I could smell the salt across the room. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, the smell of salt just made me nauseous after I quit smoking.
Oh, it's crazy the change I went through, because I started smoking at 13 and was actually pretty consistent from that age on with smoking. I used to get packs of cigarettes for getting A's on papers from my mom.
Yep. I actually got a carton of cigarettes on my 13th birthday.
Yeah, my 14th birthday, I got our 14th Christmas. I got a tattoo and a carton of Camel Wides. You know, that's the childhood I had. Wow. But there's literally foods that I had started eating as a teenager or a young adult that I had never experienced as a non-smoker. And so honestly, the sweetness in foods that you never notice was there explodes. Like spaghetti sauce, I never knew that could be sweet until, 3 months after I quit smoking. I went, "What is this? This is like ragu is like amazing now."
For the longest time, everybody's like,
"It's not supposed to be."
I'm from New Jersey, so we used to make our own red gravy, and I used to ask my dad, "Why do you put a pinch of sugar in there all the time?" I never even thought about that. And then when I quit smoking, I was like, "Oh wow, all right, now I know why they put a pinch of sugar in there."
Yeah. It's crazy the effect you change. And after a couple of months of having quit, you open up a box of clothing that you'd put away from the previous season. And it's like, whoa, oh my God, this is like Grandpa's smoking barn in here.
Now look, you hear these kind of stories where you've been smoking for so long and someone's been smoking for so long. And then you have the FDA that wants to get rid of vaping, and it's like people really feel better from vaping, and
it's personal.
You don't want to go back to smoking. I don't want to go back to smoking. I hate smoking. Now that I've been off cigarettes for however long now, if I had to go back to smoking cigarettes, I don't even think I could really, but I don't want to is the problem.
No, I couldn't vape for the last for about 4 days. I couldn't inhale anything beyond just a short breath while I got over that infection, and so I just didn't vape either. And it was awesome because I didn't have a craving to go smoke either. So I know that it has truly helped me quit. I could actually step away from vaping too, and it didn't bother me. And so that's how I know that it actually worked. And I've tried Nicorette. I've tried the patch. I've
those things
tried
don't work, man.
switching to. I've done the medication. You know, the whatever they call it, and the stuff that gives you weird dreams.
Chantix. I did that too.
Yes, yeah. I've tried all of it, and none of it worked. But I know that a lot of it began with a true inner desire to quit.
Yeah,
I had to want it.
My doctor found out I was vaping. He goes, "Did you ever try the patch?" I was like, "Yeah, I tried the patch." I said, "It was a bitch getting them rolled up. It was even harder to keep them lit." He got mad as hell. He's like, "This is not a joking situation, dude." I was like,
I say, yeah, I tried the patch. It gives you a hell of a buzz when you smoke a cigarette while you're wearing one.
Yeah, it does.
And then they have a heart attack.
Those things just don't work, man. They don't give you the same. You know, you have like a sort of routine. Doing something like this and then like this, or if you're driving, or if you're doing this or that.
You got triggers.
Well, having a cigarette after dinner, having one when you wake up. It's a lot of memory.
Or, you know,
memory.
having that cigarette after a cigarette.
I'll give you a good one. I sat in the doctor's office with my wife, and the doctor's like, "Well, do you have triggers?" I was like, "Yeah, I smoke when I drive. Yeah, I smoke after meals." He looks at me, he goes, "Do you smoke after sex?" I was like, "Yeah, I smoke after sex, but I sprinkle a little water on it, and it's fine after that." My wife slapped me in the back of the head.
Holy shit, you're old.
Yeah, he is. He's hella fucking old. Bill is older than my parents, so.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, I was in on the chat when it was trying to guess Bill's age for the prize months ago, and we all kept messing up because his profile picture makes him look about 20 years younger. Thought, you know what? That's bull. We're all guessing 38, 39.
What?
Like he's like 77 or something. Yeah.
Wait, you're talking about the picture of the skull?
No. There was it looks like a younger picture with the kind of the mustache and
actually that picture,
the buzz cut. Was that like a military type? It just kind of looked like it looked like if you found a picture of your dad in college in 1978, that was kind of the vibe.
I was thinking 76, but
yeah, close enough.
Hey,
but yeah, that's when I first kind of.
Yeah, that picture was only like 5 years ago.
Not to interrupt you guys, but I just want to shout out everybody that's in the chat. That I mean, I haven't really shouted anyone out, but everybody, I do appreciate everyone for being here, and you know,
John Beam is here, the famous John Beam.
Man,
John Beam is a god.
Hey, I want to say something.
John, for my drip tips, when he first got started, that man is awesome.
Back in
Mark
1974.
Link turned me on to him. Yeah, right. You know, John is a former trucker who is so, and if you can't tell, that's what I'm sitting in my trusty 2018 Freightliner here.
I saw that bunk behind you.
Wait, you drive a tractor trailer?
Yep, 65 hours a week.
But you don't
Idaho to Houston and back every week.
That's pretty.
What's that?
Pretty awesome, man.
You don't FaceTime while you're driving?
No, I just use Netflix for that. No, I'm kidding. No, I just I haul French fries down and juice and stuff for kids back up to the school district in Salt Lake, and then do it all again the next week.
Nice. I do got to interrupt one second.
Consistent run. Go ahead.
I have to interrupt 1 second. I just want to say Phyllis is in the chat. Phyllis, I owe a huge thanks to, because yesterday I waffled off my Killer Gun BF and converted the money, added a little bit of my own, and bought my first billet box yesterday. Nice. And she was the one who guided me on the buy and what bridge I should get. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to hit her up too, because I want one. Which
box did you get?
Phyllis, what was that? 2017 Rev 4, I think it was.
It's the Rev. It has the DNA 60 in it.
No, it's 75.
Oh,
DNA 75. That's cool. Yeah, the one I had one. I had the DNA 60 with the Adamazoo, whatever it was. But
vape shell. That's it. I got the vape shell, but I got the vape shell for it. I was gonna get the Otis Boxer, but Phyllis, for anything short of threatening my life, told me to not get it. Was it a 60? I think it was a 60.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
60.
It's a
That's
60.
What I thought. That's the newest one.
but I picked it up. I picked it up for $200, and it looks like it's brand new. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm really happy with it. It's already on its way. It's in the mail. I got tracking.
You know, I think if I were to try a different bridge, I might pick up another one. But I ended up, you know, I told you before the show started, I ended up trading mine for the Rico.
Yeah.
BMM. So I don't know. It's not like it was bad, but like it just wasn't my thing, I think.
Yeah.
So
I mean, every one of my squonks is mechanical. So I'm trying something different because I usually, when I go to work, I can't bring a mech in because my doctor knows vaping. He doesn't vape, but he knows what it is. And he looked at my mod and he goes, "There's no safeties on that." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "So what if that auto fires while it's in your desk?" I was like, "Well, you know," and he was like, "Well, how about you bring something in that's regulated if you're going to be coming into work?" So I started bringing my Orion in, but that's all I have. And honestly, sometimes that Orion is a little too much nicotine.
Yes.
And if I step out the back and I vape the shit out of that, my stomach gets upset.
Of course. Hey, well, what are you guys vaping on right now since we really didn't do a show and tell? You want to show a quick what you guys have, just what's on hand?
Go ahead. I'll let Mike take it first.
Yeah.
Let the guest go first.
Let's say, am I visible or my audio only?
you're visible.
No, you're good.
You're visible. I can see you.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a kind of a standard 5 mods at my disposal at any moment. My favorite right now is the Vapesers S-Box
Ooh,
from Raw.
That is such a pretty box.
that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is. It's such a wonderful mod to use. Just
Every time I see that, I have
can't.
an overwhelming urge to sponge in red into all the cracks.
I
would love
know,
to see what
I
they
know.
look like.
But you know, the engraving on it is actually very, very subtle. It's not super pronounced. But you know, I've got the Citadel on top of that with some really ridiculously big, chunky 510, and
Looks like a top hat.
You need to see
Yeah.
John Beam for a different tip on that.
yeah, I've actually got a couple. I just like that shape for that RDA. It just seems to work. And I vape all the same juice in most of these. I've got an Ohm Works with a Lakeside Craftsman blonde burl wood door and Karma on that.
Karma.
And let's see, I have another Ohm Works substance with another Lakeside door. This has got the glow in here. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty, actually. I like that. I like that door.
That's super
I've
dope.
got and then the button to match it too, and I've got the Hadley on that. And that's all 3 of those have my pop stick from Elysian. Love this cherry pineapple popsicle. It's crazy good. Those are my squonks that I'm running, and then I run 2 tanks with the same juice, just going back and forth. One of them's G-Class with the Freemax Mesh Pro, and I have kind of a hybrid of 2 juices that I mix. Some Zeus from Zeus E-Juice and some Tropical 100 Fruit Punch. I do a 50-50 blend on that. It works really well. Then I've got a GTR SV Boy with another Freemax Mesh Pro, same juice. You know, so I'm kind of a creature of habit in terms of on my squonks. Run a lot of the same juices, same build. I like what I like.
What me and Steve do when you say keep it 100 tropical.
Yeah, is that this? Is that what you're using?
No. I use Tropical 100.
Oh, Tropical 100.
Oh.
But I mix it 50-50 with a juice called Zeus Juice from a brand called Zeus E-Juice out of, I think, Melbourne, Florida. And they were in Spin Fuel Mags, like 2013 top choices of juices back then. And it's just, it's a little too sweet, but it's kind of a mango, pineapple, fruity, beachy, sweet. It's just a good juice. ABV all the way. It's just a little too much. And so the Tropical 100 is a little light. So the blending of the 2 similar profiles just gives a good balance to me. And I love it that way. So
Nice.
I just kind of stumbled across a mix by accidentally putting the wrong juice into a tank and went, oh, this isn't that bad. and so I just started blending it myself. But that's me. I mean, I've got.
You put the wrong juice in there, and you're like, ah, crap.
Well, yeah. I went, well, you know what? It's a similar profile, so it's whatever. And I went, oh, actually, once it blended, it was fine. So I just started mixing it on purpose, and it works. I don't know. I get like a month out of my coils because of it. The Zeus would kill even the Mesh Pro in a week, start getting all brown and bleeding out the caramelization. And by mixing it with the Tropical 100, it stemmed that, and I get 100 mils through one of these coils now. It's crazy. Yeah. So that's what I'm on. So not too much.
I'll go last.
No. Oh, we're doing that, huh?
Yep.
You're just gonna go last. Well, okay, William, you can go next.
I'll go next. Why not? So I'm running my usual. This is my Cloak V2 with my own polished doors that I did myself. Day 1 RDA on here. Running, for some reason, I can never remember the name of the damn juice. Dinner Lady, Lemon Tart. Then I have my very fancy schmancy Kronig box with the stab wood door. That has the Flavivo on top, and I am running Jam Monster PB and Jam in that, which is fucking good.
You got that at Vegas, right?
Yes, love that stuff. I got 2 bottles of it.
No,
and then
Kronig,
my pretty,
you got the Kronig, didn't you?
yeah, I got the Kronig and the juice and the Flavivo.
That's what I thought.
And the Day 1.
Okay.
And then my pretty. This is the Taiji mod with the Citadel on top.
Oh, I want
Sorry,
one of those
John.
so bad.
I got Squonk Donkey Tip and Ring on it. This is my 50-50 mix of Philosopher's Stone Immortality and Berries Down Under from Elite Brothers.
Hey, man, I'm trying to try that juice, but I kind of messed that up.
I'll message him. I'll message him for you. And then last but not least, my Orion. And this is, and for those watching, I finally got the tip off.
Nice.
Somebody cut me off in traffic. I slammed on the brakes, and the mod went flying down on my feet. It came off on its own, so I didn't have to pull on it anymore.
That's what she said.
I don't want to pull on it myself anymore. I'm running.
How are you liking the Orion, man? Because I got 3 of them, and I can't get any flavor out of those things. I've had to thin the cotton on them.
Dude.
I actually have a video up of how to comb the cotton out just to get it to wick better, and it still sucks.
Salt Bay.
Try the
strawberry and acai berry.
Try the naked 100 line. It's pretty decent.
100 Pog will slam flavor.
Yeah. That's what I use. It's pretty good.
I use this is the Salt Bay strawberry and acai berry. This is really flavorful. Not as punchy as the Pog, but still good.
And you don't have any issues with the wicking?
No issues. Oil? Never a dry hit on it. But I don't vape the shit out of it because it makes me
neither do I. And I went through 6 pods, and they lasted 5 days apiece, no matter what I did.
So I had to go into eScribe and turn off the boost, and that extended the pod lifetime by a whole bunch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
I didn't even think of that.
Yep.
I remember seeing something about the eScribe, but I never looked into what they were doing.
There you go. Send John Beam some used pods from the Orion. I'll send them to you too, if he doesn't remember.
I got 5 boxes of them sitting here, so we're good.
He wants to make tips. I know he does. I can
also
see
send him
his ears turning.
I can also send him some used pods, but yeah. Bill, are you done?
I am done.
Keep interrupting him. Sorry.
All right. Well, this is. I got the got the Convergent on top of the Niagara, or the Niagara with some Hometown Hero in that one. I got the RSS mod, I think it is. It's the Circa with the biochip sitting on top of that one, and that's got some Keep It 100 blue slushy. I got the US mods with the GT4, and I got the Diablo sauce from Taco Bell in this one. And this is the sauce I'm using right here.
How's the hit on that?
It says on it, "I'll make you sweat." So that's how it is.
He really is that dumb, folks.
Yes. That's what I'm vaping on. So
it tastes like Hispanic ball sweat.
There you
So
go.
you're in that high end range. I have to use just the generic.
Oh,
Yes. I'm gonna have to get some of that. Try it out.
Local gas station.
gotta love
Oh,
it.
here, Eric, you'll like this. Live Mas. Since you're all into Spanish now.
For those who missed it, my radio broke this morning, and that's why we started the show late, because I was at Car Toys getting it fixed, and it was blasted on the Spanish station that I did not understand and wouldn't do shit. Anyway, all right.
Call now. Dos, 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 dos,
Don't
dos.
remind me. So I got the Flav Evo sitting on top of my Pulse 80 watt, or no, my Pulse 90 watt. Sorry. And I've got a Squeeze Lemonade in there. And then, what else do I got? Oh, my trusty and true all day Blue Punch inside my Shogun and topside. Yeah. Then I'm actually fucking kind of loving this setup. The Gear RTA from, apparently it's actually called Off, but it's spelled OFRF. And I have now Vapor Grape inside of there. And then I got my
Flurgen.
tiny V2 with an Aora, and I got raspberry lemon law, raspberry lemon.
Lemon Law.
Lemon la.
Yeah, that one.
Is that how you're? That's no. That pertains to your car.
La lemon.
Oh.
Wow.
He's picking up Spanish quick.
I gotta ask. Do you drive a Subaru?
Oh fuck! Yes, I do.
Wow, just stepped right into it.
Mike has never. I think we might have talked online before, but he's never. We've never like talked a lot. There's no way he knew I had a Subaru. So that's.
Well, I was
pretty
gonna say either that or a GTI if you can't afford the Subaru.
Then I got my Snitch DNA 75C. That's worth more than my car, and I got the Karma on top of that. Twisted sour, lemon lime in there. And then I have my Vicious Ant Spade DNA 75C 18650 with the Day One. And I have Lemon Berry from Transistor inside of there. And then for my pods, I got my Orion with Strawberry Kiwi Salt Bay. And I've got my Simple X with Strawberry Twisted Sour. Boom.
Oh my god, I don't feel bad about how much crap I vape on now.
Yeah. They make
You
fun
make
of
my
me, man, 'cause-
collections look small.
So this is just the bag for what I carry around with me to vape on during the day.
Why don't you give your kid back his backpack?
Yeah.
It is one of his old backpacks,
Hey.
actually.
You know what? Let me show you something real quick. Let me step away for just a second. I'm going to show you since I'm in the truck full time. I run basically 7 days a week, and let me just show you.
Wow.
Got a treasure chest, man.
Hey, Louie, in the chat, just letting you guys know. I don't
Can
know
you see
who it
that?
is. Oh my God.
Wow.
And that's
Hey, where'd you
just
get-
what I keep.
Where'd you
with-
get that case at?
Yeah.
This is a
Made his own.
go to any like Cabela's and stuff. This is an MTM case guard.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
it's an ammo tote. It's
Yeah,
meant to,
that's what I
meant to
thought.
store ammo.
Yeah.
And it's just in a cool tote, and I put a foam insert in there and cut
And
holes in it, stuck all my
just
mods in.
Cut them
I'll
to
show
fit.
everybody. This is what
Yeah.
I use to carry my stuff around. This is from
That's about the same size as mine.
Dr. Coil,
That's cool.
and it actually
Yeah, that's
has
super nice.
mod pockets.
How much was that?
Wait. And in the back, there's a pocket for mod, 2 pockets for batteries.
Where,
and then
yeah,
it's
where
got
did you get
Yeah,
that?
I want to buy that right now. Like I'm ready to.
Heaven's Gifts, $55. And this pocket right here in the front actually holds my Galaxy S9 Plus.
That's cool,
And
man.
no,
Oh no,
Robo Bill.
Robo.
it's a cross shoulder. Yes, it is a MERS.
Oh, that's him, not me.
I
Okay.
froze. Sorry about that.
It happens with
Robo.
old age.
I ain't that old yet.
So
Well,
hey, I just real quickly today, going back to the Toys for Tots thing. So let's see. There's one. Can you guess what this is?
some type of cyclone mod.
There's one.
Is it a mod or a Citadel?
There's
Robo.
two. These are care of Matt Carlson with Cyclone mods. These are 5 brand new Citadel RDAs.
Wow.
So I got his sponsorship items. I also got the cotton that
Catnip.
Kevin Kaner. I think
I
I'm
know
saying that
Kevin.
right.
Yeah.
Kaner.
Kevin lives
Yeah,
near
he
me.
threw down 140 count packs of Muji for all the winners out of his own stash. So I got those today. And we got some crazy stuff coming. Handmade medium Addy stands, all different from Bill Barton. And yeah, got some cool stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to show those off. It's kind of neat having 6 with my own Citadel RDAs in this truck with me. Like the power that I feel is similar to that of when Iron Man puts the thing in. It's like, yeah,
Like a
it's just
superhero.
cool. So big shout out to Matt Carlson from Cyclone for throwing those in, by the way.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
There we go. We better
Well,
not.
if we're talking about vape mail, I got this thing today, and I don't recommend it. I don't think it's the.
Oh, wait till you guys see. I'm going to tear apart a mod in a review very soon. By the way.
This thing, the Proteus or Proteus projects.
Proteus Projects.
Uh-oh. Bill has auto tune. It's this, but I don't. It's like it reminds me of the Soul by Van Andel, but I just it's very, very, very janky, to say the least.
Wow. From Proteus.
Yes, it's very. I feel like it's very poorly made, man.
That kind of surprises me coming
too.
from them. Aren't
I
they
showed
kinda
Bill
known
earlier.
for
Look how easy this shit comes off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you need to get that O-ring solidly impregnated with juice,
Yeah.
and then,
Even the drip tip's the same. Yeah, the drip tip's the same way. And then if you look at the bottom of the beauty rings, they're all fucking jacked up. I don't know what they were thinking, man.
I got that Hugo Vapor Asura Squonk mod that I was super excited for, actually, and I am super let down. So
you got it with you?
it's actually in my car right now because
Wow.
I rushed in here.
It's probably what broke your stereo.
You know what? With how shitty that thing is, there's a definite possibility.
It's running Chinese interference.
It seems like they rushed it out to me. It had a lot of potential. Design-wise, whoever designed it did a good job. Manufacturing-wise, it was shit. So.
Wow. Does that, for the people that review, because I've made short videos, first impression wise, stuff like that I've posted and then deleted because I don't care to do that type of stuff. When you guys get something that you're actually looking forward to from a company that is, I guess, known for putting out quality items and it's not, does that suck worse?
Yeah.
You mean making the video?
I guess just the letdown. I mean, is it worse when you have a kind of a mindset that something's going to be good because of who it's coming from, and it turns out to suck versus something that you kind of expect to suck and it sucks?
Yeah,
I think so. Especially a hype thing, like something that's being hyped up, like it's great, and then you get it, and it's just a complete letdown. But those are the kind of videos that I think people should see. You know what I mean? Because if there's a bunch of hype around it and it just blows, I don't know. I can't stand that, especially because, when you're buying high-end stuff, or even if it's not high-end, you're still spending money, and then you drop that money, and then you just feel like you lost that money. I just think it's
so being that we're getting close to the end of the year, and I mean, I'm assuming that there isn't going to be a whole lot of new releases until we hit the next expo season, I guess, in the spring.
Sure.
After the first of the year. can you tell me, as I'm going to ask this as from a consumer standpoint, what do you think is the most lived up to hyped item of the year, and what do you think is the most underrated? Something that no one knows about that is absolutely epic.
Top side for me. And
you think that's the most lived up to hype or underrated?
Lived up to. Underrated, ironically, is the RDA that's on it, in my opinion. The Shogun.
And which one?
From Vapors Cloud.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of the Shogun, and I've heard it's good. But very little coverage.
Most lived up for me is the basic 1.1. That's the most lived up.
5.8.
Yeah, but honestly, between you and I, my issue is I think they're kind of dropping the ball with this release on the titaniums.
Yes.
They keep putting it back and setting it back and then delaying it.
Well, I bought one, so it's supposed to
twice on the post.
Yeah. I don't like it.
It's making them look. I mean, I like Henry. I really do.
do too.
Between you and I, it's. I hear a lot of people talking, and when they first put the post up, it was $85. Then it went to $95. Then it went to $115.
Well, and then, there was two versions of it. One is 110, and then just the deck itself with nothing else was like 85.
No. They changed those prices multiple times.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's going to come out this month."
Then it's supposed to come out in October.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come out in October, and then it didn't come out.
They said shipping's delayed.
Yeah.
And that's
the basic. To be shipped Monday or today. It's supposed to be because I bought one.
Yeah, because that's the basic black titanium. And I love Henry to death. He's a great guy, but no offense. I'm listening to what everybody's saying, and it's starting to really drag his reputation.
I told you about that blue cap I had, and it cracked already.
Yep.
I don't know if they're starting to use like crappier products or what, because I've never had any issues with any of their caps, whether it was the white PMMA or the Ultim or any of them. But I had this cap on an RDA for one day, and it started cracking. And I've never seen that on any of their products before. So I don't get if they're just lowering their product cost in the stuff they're using, and then they're raising the price or what. But, I mean, they had a good reputation until that for me.
For me, I don't think anybody missed it, but I think the most underrated thing, and it was underrated by their own manufacturer, was the Tobina.
Yeah, that's
they priced that thing $50. Awesome.
That has been
they
such a
so much
thick
more for that
little banger.
Hold on to themselves.
That RDA was easily comparable to me with the Karma, the Vena.
Yes,
Addies that are 6-7 times the price.
See, now you guys
that makes me think too. The
Addy, and they're putting $35 caps on them.
The GR1 fits in that category for me too. It was very underrated. Well, no, it got a little love, but it was also kind of in the Tobino category.
It was finicky though. I had a GR1.
It was.
I thought the Karma was a letdown.
I couldn't deal with either the D Pro Mini or the GR1.
The D Pro Mini
I gave them. I mean, I wanted to love them. They looked great. The quality was there, but I couldn't get a vape off that without getting a mouthful of juice, no matter what I did.
Wow.
And honestly, I think conservatively on those RDAs with 0.33 builds, not super high wattage, and that may have been the problem. Is that I may not have been cooking the juice off enough. It may have just been popping it, but I don't have a problem with other RDAs doing that. So, yeah, I ended up sending them off to Squonk Donkey for prototyping and said just keep them.
So, wait,
I got a cap thanks to you.
The general consensus
I think this
here
is going to be the hottest one at the end of the year.
You guys all like the Karma, right?
I actually like the Karma.
See, that
it's
was
not phenomenal, but I like it.
For me, that's the most overrated. I didn't like the Karma.
I thought the Solo, for as much crap as it got, I actually really like it.
The Solo?
The D-Mod Solo. I actually really like the vape off of that. With
actually, yes, that is good.
It's actually really, really good. It's just annoying with that adjustment plate.
I hate it. You know, actually, I have one for review, and I've had it for a while, and I haven't made the review yet, but that bottom piece, man, it's like, what were they thinking with that? Like,
I just keep it fully locked. I don't use it for the adjustment.
I do too.
It was a great.
I don't mess around with it.
that thing at 35 watts, 40 watts with a 0.3 in there on a pulse regulated was just phenomenal. It every hit.
Yeah,
was
it's not bad.
perfect. It was a great.
That's one of the only high end.
though.
That's one of the only high end RDAs I've had in a while. That when I didn't wash it out when I first got it, and there was a really nasty taste when I was vaping until I washed it out. Then it was fine.
Yep.
But for some reason, that one had a nasty ass taste in it.
That RDA is why I bought an ultrasonic cleaner.
Yes, I'm telling you, I thought it was just me, man. But when I took my first vape, I was like, "What is that weird ass taste?"
Nope,
then I washed it, and
issue.
it was cool.
Yep.
Okay, so they must not clean their shit then.
Well, I just got to a point after that. I just wash everything now.
And habit, yeah. This is something that not a lot of people know about. It's the biochip RDA, and this is actually my favorite top everything RDA is this.
Oh, I know about it. I've been wanting to get one forever. They're so hard to find.
They're like, it's like a fucking unicorn, man.
I got a Narca today. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never been able to pick one up, man, but I always hear such good things about them.
It ain't real, but it says it. It was $9. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll still vape the same. So,
I mean, hey, a clone is what led me to buying the original authentic Cyclone. So,
well, I think that's something.
If you like it, buy the real.
I agree with that. I think, you know what? Before you go out and spend the money, why not try something first? I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to get into this again?
Hey, you know what? Everybody has different strokes. I even was talking to Mac about this. I said, hey, I'm going to actually buy my first real Cyclone Montaddy. And he laughed. He knows. And,
so I'm going to show you something that's a unicorn. But it's the biggest letdown for me. Everybody knows this mod. Everybody knows the Taiji. It's my favorite mod. While I was at the show, I got this. I don't know if you can see the deck really good. It's staggered. It's a nice little deck.
What is that?
This is the Addy for the Taiji Storm. It has its own Addy, but I can't use it because, no joke, it's got 2 airflow holes, one on each side. They are not adjustable. But listen to this. Oh, wait a second. I got to line it up like there's a coil in there.
Is my dog going to go crazy? Oh, hey, calm down. Calm down. Just Bill.
It's like a damn whistle. I was like, this is wow. I love Lin Bear. I love the Taiji Storm. But this Addy, no bueno. No.
Yeah, every time I vape, a cab pulls up, I'm going to have a problem with that.
Dogs are howling in the distance.
All right. So something happened that's pretty cool for me, but I'm not going to release too many details until.
What's her name?
Is your boyfriend pregnant?
No. It's looking like I'm actually going to be working on a project with my name on it. Well.
Oh, God, there goes your head. Am I going to start getting messages saying, hey, make a set of panels for me? Don't you know who I
am? No, I would never do that. I actually, once upon a time, was kind of big in the music world, relatively. This is all I'm going to do for a second so that people know that
I thought you looked like Atmosphere.
Working on shit on my own. But, yeah, I'm not going to say who with or anything until it's finally set in stone, but I know someone who has also done a project with them, and I verified that the person I'm in contact with is legit, that contacted me, and, yeah, that could be really cool. So stay tuned for that, everybody.
Yes, I think
Tiger Tech.
No, I want to get the proceeds from it. So
yeah.
I don't even know what's going on with that. I just heard some stuff and went, yeah, what do you expect?
Wait, what happened?
Tiger Tech has not paid Fagan for the
Richard.
RDA he did with them, or Vaping with Twisted 420 Richard.
What? Well,
Yeah.
I bet
Really?
Fagans probably didn't sell very well. I bet.
I don't
could
think
be
it
I
wrong.
didn't see either of them, so I don't know. I don't know if they sold or.
The momentum wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The Nada I did not like, but
That's what I mean.
Dakota, who works here, loves the Nada actually, but he likes a lot of.
I mean,
he likes
I'll
a
be
hot
honest,
vape with a lot of air, and
Richard
that's
should have stuck with Vandy. I
What's
think
that?
Richard should have just stuck with Vandy Vape because he did really good with that triple,
yeah.
and it was actually a really nice RDA. I mean, and that's the thing is, you know, Mike Vapes bounced from manufacturer to manufacturer, and I think Richard saw that and said, "Oh, I can do that too," and he got the high hard one.
Wait, who's Richard?
Vaping with Twisted
Vape-
Fortune.
Twisted-
Vaping with Twisted Fortune.
That's his real name. Yeah, well, that sucks because I like watching his videos, man. I feel like he's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
He just doesn't do the advocacy thing, which
Yeah,
Well,
that's not. That's not.
the-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
can't
when
support
you
them.
when you see someone who won't even support the thing that's paying their bills.
Check out
IQuitSmokingByVaping.com.
Just saying.
Little plug. But
Hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna give
I think-
I want to give a quick plug while I'm actually not in robo mode. Guys, definitely check out Squonk America. Scott's got a group buy going. If you haven't seen my review, I showed it off last week. The Killer Gun BF. I believe he's doing them for $200. That's actually $50 less than RRP, and there's no paying shipping from Italy, which will cost you another $25 on it. So it's usually about $275 with shipping.
Scott's
He's doing them for, I believe, dude, he's doing them for $200,
But he
free
does
shipping
that
in
with
the
everything,
US.
man. I mean, I got my Orion for like $10 less than everywhere else is selling it too.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely. And
You RoboCop the mod. What was the name of that?
Black or what was the name of the mod?
Yeah.
The Killer Gun BF.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it's a really great mod. They only come in black or purple.
What
But
does
So
it do?
that's the
tube-
convertible one, though, right? It goes from a squonk to a mech.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Bill,
Okay.
could you please explain what the mod does?
Oh, the mod is really awesome. Video on my page. There's a review on my page for it.
Nice.
Shameless.
You can actually take the battery tube out and take the Addy off and put it on the battery tube, and it turns into a little tube mod.
So what you're telling me is it's
So,
convertible.
Yes, it's convertible. It's either a mini tube mod or a squonk mod, but they only come in black and purple. But the battery tube and the top plate you can get in brushed stainless, polished stainless, black palladium, or gold. So you have
now-
some options there.
I thought it looked pretty
Now,
good, man.
I have a question regarding that mod, actually, that came up when I watched
Sure.
your little video of it. If it goes from a squonk to a mech, how do you deal with the bottom feed pin issue and juice
Okay,
draining?
so I did address that in the video. What it is that is not a normal hybrid. It's positive down. So all it does is leave a little drop on your negative, and
Okay.
you can wipe that right off.
Next time I'll watch that video with the audio on.
Yeah, it's a for Louis in the group. It's an 18650. For the group buy, he will only be doing the 18650, but they make an 18650, and get this, a 26650 version of it. The 26650, I tell you what, don't drop it. You will break a tongue.
I was gonna say that thing's probably beast, man.
Oh, it is. Dude, I got brass knuckles that don't weigh as much as that mod.
Hey, are you guys follow Mod Bros at all?
A little bit.
Nick Pinkington, you know,
can't
he's
say I've heard of him.
oh man, I tell you what, I got this today finally. This is my
Uh-oh.
I got it with the bottom feeders logo on it.
Woo.
This is my Katana
Nice.
GT 21/7.
I was looking at the katana.
Yeah, this thing is I tell you what,
Wait.
that's a nice little mod. I gotta do a little customization, but he's developing a little piece called the Chode right now. So you guys should head over to
Is that the 18350?
I believe so. You gotta see the
Oh,
logo.
and I gotta show this to Miss Phyllis. It's built. Dun, 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 and I got something on it. I'm not ignoring your present. This was the alchemy. Was a present from Miss Phyllis.
Oh,
I love this little thing.
Hey, I got my new logo on my mod coming up.
Make a sound.
Oh, that's clean looking.
Is that a good sound?
Wow, that looks great.
What sound? Wah, wah, wah.
But that's another one too. But that's
clean looking though.
It's from
what
Finland.
mod is that? I know that mod.
It's on my logo. It's called what the fuck is it called?
It looks familiar.
It's from Finland, but it's called
It's on my logo, but I don't know what it's called.
It looks almost like the archer fish, the way they have that little
remember.
piece coming down.
It's called something. It has a name. I just don't know what it is right now. I don't know why.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually got my
loyal mods
Citadel to go on that mod.
This is what it is. Right there. It's loyal mods. That's That's our Instagram.
Loyally.
Yeah.
Lolly mods.
Yes.
I don't know.
They make some pretty nice neck mods too.
Yeah, man, those Europeans do. They come out with some cool stuff over there.
Oh,
really
wait.
refined.
Hey,
really
Eric will like this one. If I can find it. Well, you guys can talk till I find it.
By the way,
I don't know where it's at, man.
Philly Vape is my new manager, so no more direct messaging me, Bill and Steve. You gotta message Philly.
Go through Philly.
You gotta go through Philly. I'll let you know. I know.
How did that come
Bill,
out?
You're working on an RDA. If you want me to review it, you're gonna have to go through Philly first and make sure it's on my schedule.
Hey,
there you go.
You're gonna have to send him 5 giveaway samples too.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, exactly.
Eric,
I want one of each color.
That's
by the way,
there,
if you
Is that the nacho?
The nacho, the El Nacho.
Hey Eric, if you send me your Addy, you're gonna have to go through my manager. My manager is Phyllis.
Okay. All right.
And if any of you send me any of your addies, I will send you a smoked TF V8 tank in return.
You have to say that while I had a mouthful of vape. That's fucked up.
I'll even throw in a half-used coil.
Nice.
Thank you. That is so generous.
Every time Bill takes a drink, I'm gonna make a joke. What else do you guys do here?
Oh, just chill.
Usually we're done by now, but we started late, so we're going late. And
Okay.
Well, we do talk about advocacy sometimes. We should,
we should more.
But,
we did for a while there.
I think that's something that needs to be a staple of the show because it is super important and something that
I agree, but I have a really hardcore stance on advocacy, and that is stop letting stupid organizations dictate what you can do. So if they ban something, just say, screw you. We're going to keep making it. We're going to keep selling it. And if you come at us, I got something for you. Say hello to my little friend and light them up. Fight back with superior firepower.
Do you think that any company would really do that? Just keep making it?
I tell you what, the older I get, the more I think I would.
Yeah.
I got much left to lose. So
wait,
I don't know, man.
Maybe that's what it would take,
I mean, at some point, how do you convey? This is the part that confuses me about this. Okay, so tobacco is handled by BATFE, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Okay, right?
Right.
FDA. What part does the FDA have other than packaging? Requirements and stuff like that, labeling. What oversight do they have on actual tobacco products? So as far as I know, as a typical consumer, not much. They don't dabble in enforcement. Okay, if they're going to do stings, that's local law enforcement at the directive of ATF. So if e-liquid is considered a tobacco classified product, why isn't the ATF handling it? You know,
Because fuck us.
If cigarettes are nicotine and nicotine's a drug, well then why doesn't the FTA deal with cigarettes and tobacco? You know what I mean? It's like there's too many hands in the cookie jar here, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
You know what bothers me? What bothers me is it's about flavors, right? It's about flavors being promoted to kids or flavors in general. You can't have flavors, but you can have flavored alcohol. You can have flavored.
I was gonna say.
I mean, alcohol to me, flavored alcohol to me is worse than vaping.
Yes,
I mean,
so,
I can go to the
not
store and get whipped cream flavored vodka. How is that not
That's what I
marketing?
mean.
I actually don't like.
That's on the grocery store shelf in California.
I actually don't like when, and it's no harm, no foul, Steve, but I don't like when people compare it to alcohol, because alcohol is literally a poison that people use to change their state of mind. Well, vaping is something that we use as harm reduction.
Well, that's
True,
what I'm kind of
true.
saying, you know,
But
how can you have a flavored thing that's way worse than vaping is what I'm saying. Alcohol can kill you if you drink too much of it. You're not going to die from vaping.
The point is well taken, but and in our current state, I would agree with your statement. I would agree with your point in the current state of vaping, but I think that it's fucked up that we have to compare it. That there's no comparison to me.
I think it's only done on a marketing level, on a brand visibility. Because when I'm going through the grocery store with my kids in certain states, and they're allowed to sell alcohol, and they see huge bottles of pink liquor,
right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because look, at my work,
yet a shop that requires that my kid be 18 to go in,
right,
can't display certain bottle labels.
Well, yeah,
Like,
you know,
look, I don't necessarily care about a unicorn pooping a rainbow, but I'm 40 years old with the mind of a 16-year-old in terms of humor, and it's funny. I don't buy it for that, but it's funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So why am I not allowed to make my own decisions as an adult? And as a parent, when am I the one who gets to decide,
Yep.
Well,
hey, you're my kid. That's what this is. Don't touch it.
sure. It should be that.
You know.
It
But
should
I'm
be
also
that
at the
it's
same
apparent.
point where if my 14-year-old daughter comes up to me and says, hey, I vape, I'm gonna be like, all right. You know, as a former teen smoker, I could give a shit. I know I'm supposed to, but for what they could be doing,
Right.
man, dude, we have to accept that. Look back when you were 14, 15, 16. If your parents told you to do not to do something, if the school told you not to do something, if the people that came in and said, hey, this is the dare week, we're going to talk about not doing drugs. Did any of that stop you from doing what you wanted to do if you decided to do it? No. So why punish us as adults as a means to stop kids from doing something that they're going to find a way to do anyway?
Well, you know, something that goes back to me bringing up alcohol. When I was in, high school, whatever, when I first started drinking, I think that flavored alcohol is more targeted to younger people than supposed vaping,
I
But-
agree.
I can see the validity in that.
If you want to keep it to only don't bring alcohol into it, there's flavored rub still. You can still buy flavored rub in West Virginia. I don't know if you can anywhere else, but there's peach flavored, there's mint flavored, there's fruit flavored.
I mean, what you do in the bedroom is great. I don't know what kind of rub this is.
It's chewing tobacco, or we call it rub, but snuff.
Well, it was like some kind of lotion.
No, no KY.
All right. I just I don't think this is as black and white an issue as either side makes it out to be. I think it is a very huge gray issue, because when you run into one point, there is a valid argument to the other side. And I can see both sides. I understand the desire to keep our kids from engaging in anything that's going to be an addictive behavior. But we're human.
Sure.
We're human.
But I think that falls on the parent too, like you said. You know,
Well, honestly, did you guys see that video from that lady that got passed around on a couple of groups? And
With Stossel?
She showed that there was actually a spike when the FDA and the government started putting out the commercials.
Yeah.
Vaping is bad for you.
RoboBill.
It was just spiking usage among
Auto-tune.
No, you're absolutely right. That interview with John Stossel was wonderful, by the way. If anybody who's watching this has not seen that, please take the time to look that up.
What is it?
I know a lot of the groups have posted it.
I'll check it out. I haven't seen it.
He left ABC News or whatever he was on, Nightline or something, and went independent.
Yep.
Because Stossel actually has integrity as a journalist and can't be bought. So good for him. But he did that interview regarding the vape, and she showed that there was a spike in usage around the time that the news and the FDA started making it a big deal, started reporting on it. Like they were literally their own worst enemy. It's like how Obama and the Sandy Hook shooting generated more weapon sales than anything else. Obama became the gun manufacturer's biggest salesperson by talking about banning guns. That's the same effect. And it's like, if you just kind of let it go, not talk about it, yeah, it's going to exist, but it wouldn't be as big a deal. And the more you tell a kid not to do something,
they're going to want to do it.
Right.
100%.
We've all been there.
Gun sales went up and gun prices went up too.
Yeah, and now they're down, and I bought more of them. But anyway, but that she made a valid point, and the factual data is there to back that up. And yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, if I had to vape tobacco or menthol flavors when I finally made the decision to quit, I would still be smoking. It was literally because strawberry malt e-liquid at the time is why I quit.
I agree, because you don't want that nasty taste of tobacco anyway, man. Like when I first started transitioning, tobacco flavors were kind of there, but they weren't just by themselves. Like I had a vanilla tobacco or vanilla whatever, but if I had to go to
caramel
tobacco, I couldn't do it.
I want to read Charlie's comment really quick. By the way, shout out to Charlie. He said, "My kid tried to change his gamer tag to something with Juul in the name. In my 5 years of vaping, he had no interest until it took off in the news."
Yep. That's what I mean, because, when you see something that you can't have, you want it, especially when you're in your teen years or whatever.
I just wonder how long it's going to be until someone comes out with the remake, Vaping in the Boys' Room.
I'm doing a vape track soon, just saying.
You can tell the age when people think Motley Crue actually wrote that song.
Oh, God.
Thought it was Alice Cooper.
No. Oh, God. What was the name of that band? Mike, you know what it is, don't you?
I'd look it up, but I don't want to take my screen off because I think I might break it.
It was written by a band back in the freaking mid-70s.
Like Bog Hat or something.
Is that when people rode horses?
That era. When they wore corduroy.
I was going to say something.
They wore corduroy.
But I was like, nah, I better shut up.
And I know along the lines of what you were going to say. I don't know exactly, but I've known Bill well enough at this point that that's pretty.
Let's all flash. Let's all mentally picture Bill wearing corduroy.
Hey! I had corduroys back in the day.
Corduroys.
Orange corduroys.
I gotta go throw up.
If you walk too fast,
I'm not playing. I gotta go throw up.
Hey, orange corduroys with the fucking frill on the front of the shirt right here. Uh-oh.
What the hell is a...
Eric sick?
Is there a camera in the bathroom?
Real world?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Brownsville Station.
Oh, God.
Wait, what? RoboBill?
Sad for
Brownsville Station.
Brownsville Station. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you're right.
Jeez, I guess the corduroys really made him throw up or something, man. What the hell?
Yeah, all that
Subaru-
government talk made him nuts.
It's Subaru syndrome.
Yes. Too many tacos and burritos earlier, I guess.
So hey, you guys popped my cherry. First live video I've ever been on.
Yes, and we're happy to have you, man. How you like it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's real cool. Glad I was able to talk about the cherry.
This is a good show to be on because I feel like it's pretty relaxed. You know, you don't really, not really a lot going on. You know.
All right, he's got the sense of humor and the sharp wit. He's welcome back anytime he wants to come.
I'd be glad to join in. Whenever you guys can't find anybody worthwhile, hit me up.
Oh, we're always having fun.
Sure.
No, actually, Monday nights are probably like the only night that I really actually could do something like this. So, yeah, I'm not.
It's the only night we're on. How you feel, bro?
I don't do reviews and none of that kind of stuff. But
you all right there, man?
Definitely speak from a consumer standpoint.
Taco Bell.
Thanks, Bill.
Is that fire? Is that fire vape?
Yeah, it's
don't make me pull down the pajama pants.
Live moss, live flush.
Yes. You need some Pepto?
I think Charlie got it. The FDA is poisoning Eric, so he can't do any more advocacy videos.
Close enough. No, it was thinking of Bill and corduroys.
That's what we thought.
Yeah.
Corduroy syndrome.
You know it's hot, man. You know
My
it's
bad.
hot. Running. You can
My
start
bad.
a brush fire between your legs.
No, I really just had to take a leak. So.
No.
But I figured it was a good moment to play on.
Sure.
You know.
We thought you were Dunzo.
No. If I was Dunzo, then who would run the back end of the show, guys? Come on now.
Guess we'd have to call OBS up in China, and they'd have to come here and help us, I guess. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Sign
I'm
out.
gonna
Thanks
call
for
it.
having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It was fun.
Yeah. Hey, happy to have you, man. I think you were a very good guest.
Well, thank you. Because we're gracious hosts, letting me
Yes.
babble.
So where can people
anytime.
where can people find the locations to donate and
Yes.
play in the waffle? And
We have our own group. It doesn't have an extension name or anything, but you can just search on Facebook for Toys for Tots charity. I think vape waffle, just charity.
Yeah, it says
waffle.
charity waffle on it.
You can find it if you are in the Cyclone Mods group. There's posts there. If you are in,
We got a pin post in Squonk Life for it.
Squonk Life's got it. Squonk Donkey's got it. All Star Custom Creations has it. CS Wood Designs, Chris, from CustomStabWood.com, he's got it posted. I think BC Custom Design, their business page may have linked it. He's one of the donors as well. Desi's group has it.
You should try to see. Would you bring it over to maybe Squonktopus, that Facebook group?
Yeah, throw me an invite if you're in there.
I'll talk to him and have him send you one because I don't all the groups you're saying I go
Steve?
to. Yes.
Yeah.
I go to those other groups, but I'm not on them as much as I am Squonktopus and Squonk America and even
I
Rock
was in
Bottom
there
Vapes.
previously. And, there's a bunch of groups that I've kind of gone in and out of depending on what stage of annoyance I am with the industry. And
Sure.
But yeah, I know Steve on a small level. So, but
He's a good guy,
any of the sponsor group or business pages should have the link if you can't find it. Otherwise, like I said, just Vapor Trail Channels group, or I think his business page has linked it. The Tony B Project group, he's got it posted.
Yeah.
Really just
Tyler,
anywhere you guys are.
Yeah.
You've probably seen a post at some point. We don't flood the pages with this stuff. Usually, if we repost it, we'll delete the old one. It's not just showing up continuously on your scroll, that type of stuff. But you when you donate, there's a whole major announcement post that has all the instructions, the links. When you donate to this charity for Toys for Tots, you are donating directly to Toys for Tots. We collect no money. Nobody from our organization will solicit money for direct payment. It all has to go through the link to the campaign. And again, once you make a payment, it sends me an email with your name, the transaction number, how much you donated. I type that out with your transaction number and add it to a list manually, and that's it. And it's going to run to the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, 8 p.m. Mountain, roughly, and we'll end it. And then about the same time on Christmas Day, I'll be back down here in Houston, and I'll do a live drawing and third click randomizer top 5, and it'll be crazy. So yeah, we're hoping, the goal's 10,000, we're approaching the first 1,000, so we got a ways to go, but hopefully some visibility from shows like you guys having me on and talking about it, that'll help. And yeah, I mean, anybody who's watching, $5, I think you're helping a kid, and you could win, like, at this point, like $1,100 worth of crap if you're a winner. It's a lot of stuff.
Are you standing on the dog's tail?
No, she's squeaking.
Thought your shoes were squeaking, man.
No, she's got her squeaky toys.
Oh.
Here, I'll show you my little map.
Guest appearance. Let's see you.
That is Rue.
Nice
Australian. Good dog.
Mini Queensland Healer. She is almost 5 months old.
Very nice.
Nice. Smart dog too, I bet.
Oh, she's psycho.
Too smart for her own good.
I love her to death, but that dog is psycho smart.
So she's Steve in dog version.
There you go.
Hey, I was gonna say that's our second pet star to be on the show. We got Philly's cat, and now we got your dog.
Philly's cat.
Here, let's do this. Let's get her out into the light here. Here, come here. Come on. There's my girl.
Nice.
There's my girl.
Yeah, I have.
Hey, only vape show on the web with pets.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna have my dad's 70-pound pit bull on the truck for the next month, so that's gonna be fun. We'll bring the whipster with for a couple trips.
Breeze, you can unsub everybody except for me, Steven, and Phoenix Vapor.
Yes.
Cool. All
Yeah,
right.
my YouTube channel just has videos of Rue playing fetch, so nothing major there.
I thought you said you had a tutorial with the.
Oh yeah, I think I still have that up. It should be kind of combing out the cotton on a Orion pod.
I actually want to go watch it.
Yeah, so do I. That sounds interesting.
I think if you just go on YouTube and just type in, I think it's Tactical Vaping Jackass for the name of the channel, but there's about 10 videos on there. Most of them are Rue. So, but there's an Orion pod video about 10 minutes long on there.
Cool.
Hey, did anybody hear any news about that thing Scott had dropped a mention about someone's building rebuildable Orion pods?
I haven't heard nothing about it.
I seen it, but I don't know when that's going to be out. I seen them though.
You seen them? How
where'd
do
you
they look
see 'em?
like the regular Orion pods?
They're a little bit different. They're like they're almost like I can't explain it, but I'll try to find a post.
It's got to be almost like a billet box RDA type. You'd think it'd be similar in concept.
I seen the post on somewhere, but I don't remember where I saw it. But if I can find it, I'll send you a link.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
Yes, I saw the post though, and I saw the pictures of them.
I don't know. Is Otis making it? I don't know who's making it. I see Fictitious Character said something from Otis. All right, so Otis Design. Maybe I'll sneak over there and take a peek. Did they release it yet, or is it just in design mode? Or
I think it's prototype.
Prototype, nice.
I am thinking about making a squonk conversion for the Orion, half mill capacity.
I don't know how much juice you'd be able to half mil.
Half a mil.
Hey, wait,
I mean, you wet your cotton, your tank's empty.
Hey, we're talking last week we were talking about the squonkable RTAs. Actually, Jay Hayes just had a video on a squonkable RTA, but it's like we were talking about, you just fill the whole bottle up with your bottle, and or the whole thing up with your bottle. It's like pointless,
Well,
Yeah,
let's just make a squonk mod that you can just insert a 60 ml bottle.
That would be kind of badass. I gotta admit. I gotta admit. Your hand.
I'm still trying to figure out how to mount an
one.
RDA to a dildo. I haven't figured out how to make the 510 stay attached.
We need to make one that you can just shove a bottle right up in it, man.
Well, no, I had the idea. I had the idea if you got a big rubber dildo with the balls.
All right, we have definitely. All right, let's do our closeouts. We don't want Steve's channel to get taken down.
Wow. I would like. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I would be happy if somebody made like a decent sized squonker and put like a 15 ml bottle in that. I'd be happy with that because.
Well, mine
or at least the bottle
30 mils.
Well, they have those guys who have like the what is it? Who were converting the Relots over to a squonk mod. They were taking out the one battery and putting.
That's
now, if you put a bottle.
Wasn't that Nick Pinkerton?
650.
Yeah,
that'll hold 15 mils. That
Listen,
would be a squonker with 2 batteries.
On my Wang squonk, the black one is bigger. By the way,
the black one's bigger. You got to squeeze the nuts to get the juice.
I do have a name. It is called the Spurt.
Spurt.
Oh
all right. So, Steve, did you want to do your sign off?
Bateman Jackass presents the gin.
Tiger Tech's going to make it.
I'm going to lateral it to you, Eric. You can go first.
And I'm going to ladder it to Bill.
All right, guys, check me out, Cooper's Vaping View. I actually now have a URL. It's Cooper's Vaping View /C/Cooper's Vaping View. Check out the channel. Give me a subscribe. Thank you to these fine gentlemen over here. They've been awesome, even though I robo out every now and again on them. It's been a shit day. It's windy as hell here in Vegas, so
Auto-tune, man.
Internet's been crazy. I'll pass it over to Steve.
All right. Well,
So he doesn't have to go last.
Yeah, for once. All right. Well, I'm going to say it's 10:47 right now.
It's 7:47. Thank you.
I want to thank
8:47.
Mr. Mike over there for being the guest today, and his puppy, of course.
Appreciate it.
If you I guess if you want to go check out Eric, over at Phoenix Vapor, or I guess they call him the politician or something. But yeah, then you got Mr. William from the Cooper's Vaping View. And, me at Mountaineer Vapes. If you want to go check me out, yeah, I'm here. So, Instagram, Mountaineer Vapes. Check me out. You can go ahead, Eric.
Thank you for your permission, Steve. I appreciate it. All right. So, I'll be working with Mike on the new Spurt mod. And it's going to be the Cock and Balls edition. And, yeah, so... Thanks to everybody for joining us. Thanks to Mike for being here. Appreciate everybody watching. Excited to keep bringing information about this project that I hope actually materializes further and further along. If anybody shows you CAD drawings and says that they weren't for me, that's a lie. I did all the designs.
That was a dick move, dude.
Sorry, I'm just saying. And Philly's my manager, thank you.
Philly.
Yeah, check us out. Check out these guys. Some funny guys around here. Steve does a lot of high-end stuff, if that's your thing. Bill's starting to put some videos out on the regular. I like it, Bill. I like it. And I'm on the Phoenix Vapor channel, youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor. And yeah, it's 7:49. Goodbye.
7:49.